they get you to give them the search. You're sitting in your car. Maybe you've been pulled over. Maybe you're just parked. And an officer walks up and leans down to your window. And over the next 2 minutes, that officer is going to try a series of things. Small, practiced, perfectly friendly sounding things to get inside your car and search it. And here is what almost nobody realises. In most of these stops, the police do not actually have the power to search your car at all. Not yet. Not without something they very often don't have. So instead of taking a search, they get you to give them one. And most drivers, good, honest, nothing to hide drivers, fall for at least one of these and hand over a search they never had to allow. So today, I'm going to walk you through the exact tricks used to get into your car, one by one. And I'm going to give you the single calm sentence that shuts each one down. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll be the driver who knows exactly where the line is, and exactly what to say when they test it. I'm Oliver Bennett. I'm a criminal defence solicitor here in England and Wales, and for 15 years I've stood next to people at the roadside and in the police station after a car search went wrong. Searches that very often should never have happened because the driver simply didn't know they could say no. So, let me make sure that's never you. The one rule, a power plus real grounds. Before we get to the tricks, you need the one rule that everything else hangs on. Because once you've got this, every trick becomes obvious. To search your car, the police need two things: a power and reasonable grounds. A power means a specific law that lets them search. The main two you'll meet are Section 1 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, which is for stolen or prohibited items like weapons, and Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act, which is for drugs. And reasonable grounds means a real objective reason to believe they'll actually find that thing in your car based on genuine facts. Not a hunch, not a feeling, and never on your age, your postcode, the car you drive, or the colour of your skin. That's the law. A power plus real grounds. Hold those two words, power grounds, because every single trick that follows is an attempt to get around the fact that right now they may not have either one. And let me clear up the biggest confusion straight away, because it's the one that catches people first. An officer can lawfully make you stop your car. That's a power to stop not equal to power to search separate power under the Road Traffic Act, and you must stop when a constable requires it. But, and this is critical, the power to stop you is not the power to search you. They are two completely different things. Being pulled over does not by itself give anyone the right to go through your car. So when the blue lights come on, yes, you pull over, but that is where their automatic power ends and where knowing your rights begins. So trick number one, and it's the most common, the most effective, and the one that costs honest people the most because it doesn't feel like a trick at trick one, the consent trick. Mind if I have a look? It's the consent trick. The officer leans in and says ever so casually, "Do you mind if I just have a quick look?" Or, "Pop the boot open for me, would you?" Now listen to how that's built because it's clever. It sounds like an instruction. It sounds like part of the procedure, like something that's just going to happen. But it is not an instruction. It is a request. He is asking your permission. And he is asking your permission precisely because in that moment, he may not have the power to do it without it. The second you say, "Yeah, go on then," or you just pop the boot without a word, you have consented. And the moment you consent, the whole question of grounds disappears. You've handed him for free the search he would otherwise have had to justify. So here is your line. And you say it calmly, politely, no attitude. "I don't consent to a search." That's it. You're not being aggressive. You're not being difficult. You're simply declining to volunteer something the law doesn't require you to give. If they have a power, they'll use it. If they don't, you've just saved yourself a search that should never have happened. Let me make that real because it happens exactly like this. Picture a man, call Mark's mistake him Mark, driving home from work, pulled over for a brake light. Officer comes to the window, has a little chat, and then, friendly as anything, "Mind if I just have a quick look in the boot?" And Mark, who has absolutely nothing in that car, thinks the fastest way to prove he's a good bloke and get home for his tea is to say, "Yeah, of course, no problem," and pop it open. And just like that, with a smile, Mark has consented. There were no grounds, there was no power, there was nothing in that car. But now his boot is open, his shopping's on the pavement, and if anything at all, looks